Hey, Anjana. Thank you so much for joining Soul in the Game. After many months, I think you're back and giving me another chance because I messed up big time last time. So thank you.
Dr. Samya, we are humans. We all do that. No big deal.
See, the coach in you is speaking now, bringing you out. So, all right, let's go talk about why you're here today, right? And understand and let our audience also know how beautiful journey you've had. And you've had a technical career for about 20 years.
Right.
20 years in technical career is not a joke. So how was that journey for you? Like, was it always like you felt something was missing and there was something calling for you? Or did you always knew that, okay, I'm going to be a coach one day?
Not at all. I did not even know what life coaching was, like at least until 2014 or 15. I didn't even hear that word. And with my career in IT, to some extent, I did enjoy that. I cannot deny it. It was exciting. I used to enjoy like using my brain, the logical thinking side of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't use that. All those parts were good. But at the same time, there was a feeling that I did not fit in. I was not really a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But did I know like I was supposed to do something else?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just felt like something missing.
Right.
And I felt like always out of place.
Yeah.
That weirdness was there.
Mm.
But the reason I really got into life coaching is because of my own journey. I am and always was an extremely sensitive person. So feeling emotions so deeply, I got to a place where I couldn't handle it anymore. I was like really depressed. And I was completely pulled out of it by a life coach. Divine intervention, which was it. And because of that happened, and I started feeling better, that is when I realized I had to go through all those pain. It cannot be for nothing. There has to be a reason for it. And what if there are other women out there who feel the same way? And it felt like my responsibility to do something about it.
And walking away from the security we all seek is the well-paying job, right?
Yep.
And how did you, it's a hard decision to stop working and let go of that really well-paying salary in technical side
Yes.
and start from scratch this side of the career where you have nothing, no starting point, but all you have is like full passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to trust yourself as well a lot
So much.
to blindly trust yourself to start this. So how was that for you?
Working, to say the least. But the thing is, I tried initially to keep the job and do coaching on the side. But what I realized is like I did not have enough time and energy to really do as much as my heart wanted to. Then I got to a point, okay, I really want to give up on that career because it started meaning nothing to me. That is the time when I realized, okay, high time that I really do something about it. And I'm like being so honest, like I'm very fortunate that my husband having like a stable job, still having that paycheck coming in consistently, that is a huge uh, blessing in my life, honestly. And that's the reason like I'm able to do this, like give myself some time to like build this up from scratch and all that. That is big, but still, again, I did feel so much of fear to begin with.
I can only imagine that it cannot be an easy journey. Because internally you'll be going back and forth and is this the right decision? Question yourself, you doubt yourself so much and then, but you just jump right in the end. How long did it take? Like, did you just quit or did you, in your mind, did you start thinking about it and after a year you quit or how did that timeline look for you? Decision making, how long?
I wouldn't say I actually jumped in like right away
Okay.
because I am a certified coach since 2020.
Okay.
So for past 6 years, I'm a coach. But the thing is, initially I did not feel the confidence at all because it's a complete shift in career, complete shift in the way our mind works. Everything is different, right? So I was so scared. I did not feel the confidence or courage to do that. Then, then there was like a going back and forth. I quit and I thought, let me do this for some time. Then the fear again called me back to like find another job and go back to it. That happened at least twice in the last 6 years. Then I got to a point where, you know what, this is not working for me at all. And there is no point in putting myself through it and putting somebody else, like the team and everything else, through that because I know my heart is not there. So that I realized only recently. Until then, there was like this back and forth. And even in the last year or two, did I have the fear? Yes. But at the same time, I knew this is the path I want to take forward. So, yeah, with all the fear and the love. And
Yeah, I think the love overshadows the fear part.
oh, yeah. Hmm.
And I think I've seen you in the past year. I've seen you. I see you more confident, definitely myself. The confidence you carry and the surety about what you're doing or where you're going. I think I can feel that. So
Yeah.
so I'm very happy for you that
Thank you.
it will.
Thank you so much. And that comes with my recent trainings that I
Mm,
took too.
okay.
The last year and a half, I was training in like much in-depth topics, evolved NLP and quantum tools and hypnosis and everything, right? And the best part of learning those tools where I cannot escape but do the transformation myself as a part of learning. So it was, in their terms, it was like my why of why I want to do this was so big and who I am to do that why was so small before like a year or like 2 years. But now like my who has grown, not as big as my why, but at least close enough. So I do know like how much these tools are effective and how big of a transformation it can bring in people's lives. I'm so convinced. Not in my skills, it's more in the tools that I use.
Mm.
They are like supreme. No questions on that.
Mm,
I think that gave me that extra
confidence.
confidence.
Mm. And you see the result.
Oh, big time.
Big time.
Big time. Just offering one individual session to people, they come back and say the things like they have slept, they started sleeping so peacefully after one sessions. And I'm like, wow. The thing is like the tool is the same tool that I use in different people. But when people come in like so ready to transform, it's fascinating. I am every single time I'm amazed by the results I see in the people.
That is fascinating. Yet, helping somebody to get a good night's sleep,
Yes,
it's a superpower.
it is.
Yeah. Now let's go into your what methodology or the type of session that gets into, right?
Mhm.
We all think like we sit in a room and then we have seen on TVs. For people who don't know, uh, you're not a psychologist.
No, I'm
It's
not.
a different
Yes.
art form, helping form. Modality is different, and you're a coach, a life coach.
Mhm.
Can you walk us through like how a general session goes like?
Sure. So I would change my title actually because I'm not a life coach technically anymore. I'm a neurosomatic practitioner.
Okay.
That means I work with people's neurology. I change their neurology using NLP and the somatic because like I help them release the emotions and the energetic blocks that are
Mhm.
attached to it
Mhm.
from their body at a cellular level. That is the level of work I do.
Wow.
It's no more coaching or just keeping people accountable. That's not what I do anymore.
Wow.
That is a big shift that happened with my latest training. And I offer like 6 weeks breakthrough packages. That breakthrough itself is enough to transform a person from where they are to like where they cannot even imagine themselves to be. whether they come with like a relationship issue or financial issues, anything like that, because it's all in their mind. So I start with like a detailed discovery session that like so many questions. I ask them some questions over and over to really dig deeper into their unconscious mind and find out what kind of patterns are being held and what limiting beliefs they have created in their own life. What are their childhood experiences that are contributing to all these? So I collect all those details in my initial session. And based on that, I do plan the next session, whether that is like forgiveness or some NLP tools to revive their neurology and goal setting and releasing emotion. All there are like a variety of tools that I use over a period of 6 or 7 sessions. And I even give like a promise or like a guarantee. As long as the person who is working with me is 100% committed, and I will be giving them some homeworks to do, like journaling or like sometimes reading a book, or like depending on like what their issue is. So if they are so committed, I can guarantee and I can commit that they will see the result that they came asking for.
That's excellent. I think bringing in that commitment and they're ready to do the work, and you're guiding them how to do it.
It's a very structured process.
Yeah, very structured process. Now I think of your coming from engineering mindset, right?
Yes.
You're an engineer,
Yeah.
software engineer, and then you're very logically thinking or always thinking of ifs and wheres and buts, and so that logical loop to bringing in here, which is very chaotic and you can't even see what's in the brain. Very similar to programming, I would say, very abstract, but you are putting a structure there. And here you're actually working with people who bring raw emotions, not like computers, raw emotions. And how has that helped or not helped in your working?
It's a great question, actually. I love that. The thing is, I do get the programmer kind of curiosity when I talk to people. When they say certain emotions, like when they say, okay, this is my challenge that is being like presented at the moment, I get curious and I get the same programmer kind of curiosity that comes up. So what makes you think like that? What is the thought behind that emotion? And like, how is that a problem? So by asking certain questions, I really can dig deeper into their psyche. And not me. I can guide them to see their own thoughts and their own beliefs that are attached to it. So that is when I see the ahas on their face. So it is still like a programmer.
Okay.
Very much like a programmer.
Okay.
And I'm like still debugging
Yeah.
in their mind. But the thing is, instead of me seeing the result, I see them seeing the underneath program that is running. And it happens right in front of my eyes. That's the best part.
And that's what keeps making you go back.
Oh, yes. Yes. Because the biggest change comes when the person is aware of what is actually going on. When they know, like, this is the belief that I'm running from childhood and I'm still holding on to it. I may be complaining about something completely different, but this is what I'm running and this is the reason I'm behaving that way or having an experience that way. I don't like that itself is the huge thing, right?
Yeah.
Then pulling it out and like releasing that is like easy job for me.
So without giving in person's identity, can you share something like that, like what you work through and how it transformed? Something no, with any of your you don't have to go into details, but just at a high level, someone complaining about something, but it was completely unrelated to that issue, but it was something deep inside. Like, how did that, an example of what it was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody recently who was complaining about like not having the relationship that they were hoping for. They were hoping for a really intimate, loving, respectful relationship, and they're not having it. So they came to me asking for like a help on like just solving the problem. I'm like, okay, before we get to solving the problem, what is going on? How is this a problem? How is it a problem that we are not having that relationship? Then they gave me some answers. And from there, like, I immediately got like a sense that there is like a deeper fear that if they connect to somebody that is like a protective partner, they would just like, it's not that nobody is interested in them. The moment they are introduced to somebody like that, they pull back. And there is a huge level of fear. I'm like, what is the fear on? What are you scared of? Just by being yourself in front of that person. Then it went like that, everything dropped off, seriously fell off, and it went all the way back to their childhood, saying, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I don't have what somebody will be looking for. Really. So that is the story you're telling us. So see where it started and where it went down to, it doesn't have anything to do that with that relationship.
Completely independent.
And the moment we take care of this, not just that relationship issue falls off, everything on the superficial level, whatever they're complaining of, will fall off.
Is that more common with women? I don't know. Not good enough. I know we were talking about it before just starting this as well. Do you think it's more common with women or do you think it's gender neutral?
I don't know. The thing is, like, I tend to work more with women. So I do see that a lot. But I have come across some men who experience the same level of insecurity as us. The only thing is they were raised not to accept that. So even if there is a level of insecurity in men, they are trained to hide it so well. They are taught to like mask it so well, and they try to like put up with it. I don't know how they do that, but they seem to put up with it in a better way than they will do.
I think we are more vulnerable as well as compared to men. So we accept our insecurities and we kind of mull on them. Probably for men, they are more like they can distract or they can focus on the actionable parts versus just the thoughts that goes on in the mind. I don't know, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
No, that's okay. I actually have a different take on that too.
Okay.
It's my opinion again.
Yeah.
My opinion is we women are more courageous to face our emotion. Even when they are extremely painful, we are courageous to face them. That is my opinion. And in my own experience, and I have seen that in many women than men. And there is a reason to. There is a connection with the upbringing. Because remember, like boys are not supposed to cry. Back in India, we hear that a lot, right? They're not supposed to cry. So what happens is they try to distract themselves with either work or some games or phone or whatever they have. They can distract themselves so well. And the moment they try to make them face their emotion, they're a moment. They say this. Very, very rarely I see men who are courageous enough to face their emotion.
Yeah, it's a systemic problem, I guess.
Systemic problem. Yes.
than anybody
It's
else.
not an individual problem. That is for sure. Yeah.
I think that helps to kind of just zoom out and then holistically see where more gender as a thing play in these type of personal things, issues that we all face. I'm sure they also face those. But one of my friend, a male friend, who's going through some issues in his life, we talk a lot, and then he once told me that we don't talk to other men like this, because he was sharing something that is vulnerable or that is you would share with a female friend probably, who's more emotionally mature or understanding. So I think men to men itself is not
No.
there. That connection is
No.
there, not there. So they don't trust themselves to how we talk or
Yeah.
express. But
Yeah, they
we
don't.
women trust each other. We are used to sharing
Yep.
as well.
Maybe we keep a better, safer space for each other.
We do gossip a lot.
No, that safety comes, right?
Safety comes, yes.
Safety
sure.
has to be there to be vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe if all of them believe that they cannot be vulnerable and being vulnerable takes away their masculinity,
Yeah.
who will start that conversation even?
We were talking about that. Why women are calling like this. I mean, we've evolved like this versus why men are like that. I think for women, if we look from gossip angle, like
Mhm.
why gossip as a thing has come up, it's because to keep women safe. Like we have to share something without telling broadcasting. If I go and start talking bad about somebody, I'm in trouble. Like right. So it's easy to gossip.
Yeah.
But I'm also protecting the people whom I care about. And it can get labeled as gossip and it
Yeah.
can turn into like something negative as well. But I think it's probably started as a strength where we want to protect someone from something and we are not supposed to share, but we share. And it's our genetically, it becomes our strength. But now it's
an interesting take
yeah,
on that.
it's an
It's a very
interesting
interesting thing. Yeah.
but it's fascinating, right?
It is. It is.
It's very fascinating. So, so I know you have things going on. So I would love, thank you so much. I love talking to you as always. And this is my favorite subject. To wrap up, before we close this out, I would like to ask you a very specific, deep question that's for you. And that's Soul in the Game podcast brand is why you do what you do. Why are you doing this? Why you're so passionate about this?
Because of my own transformation journey. Like I said, like I was an extremely sensitive person feeling so much pain. I used to go to bed every single night crying. And no exaggeration, that is how my life was 10, 12 years back. And there were days when I would go to bed hoping I would wake up the next morning. And the pain, I can talk about it now without being pulled into that emotion, but can you imagine that pain? So that is where I was. And really, God sent, or some, I don't know, the bigger plan, that life coach entered my life. She really, really pulled me out of that. It took a long time. It like 5, 6 years. I was working with her every single week, at least once a week. And with a lot of training, I was so committed to it. With my own healing, I was so committed. And when I started feeling a little lighter, I realized it cannot be for nothing. So much pain. Seriously? What did I do to deserve that? Right? That was the question initially. Then it turned around and felt like maybe I went through all this for a reason. There are other women out there who feel so much pain and who has no clue where to even start. I don't want, seriously, I don't want any woman to be in that situation ever. If anybody is there feeling so much pain, I want them to know that the pain is there for a reason. It is there to strengthen them and actually guide them towards their purpose. But all that will happen only if they don't give up and only if they get the right support to let go of all the emotional pain and really guide them through. And I really felt I'm called to be the person with all the love, all the compassion, and all that life experience that I went through. It is my duty to do. That is why I do it.
Yeah, that is a very powerful story and very good place to end and reflect on, I think, for all the listeners as well. So thank you for sharing your story, Anjana. Really appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I'm love this.
Yay!